Hey, Mark Rodriguez here. With me is...
Jupy Chan, also known as Ninja Jupy, or you can call me Wendy. Hey guys!
Yep, and you're watching the review Sanctum, where everything and anything may be reviewed. And since Sonic 3 is coming out next week, let's go back to Sonic 2, because I never really got to see it and cover it back then. And yeah, we did see it sometime last year, but we were just, just checking it out. We were not in the mood to actually review it, but...
No, we just didn't think about it. I thought you already reviewed it. I don't know, it just didn't come up to...
Yeah, we were just too busy. There was still pandemic-ish times during that time, so, And so we already did the first one. It will feel kind of weird to like have that gap. Like we're going to the first one, the third one, and not the second one. So
and this is my fourth time seeing it. So
this is my second time seeing it. I'm glad I did see it because there's details I would have forgotten. And also, the movie's like, come on, it's super old, guys. So we're gonna go all in, all the spoilers, everything. You know what I mean? It's like 2-3 years old right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the movie starts out. Mostly with Jim Carrey, Robotnik there.
Stuck in like the mushroom world with his like mushroom hills on him.
Yeah, and he still has the Sonic Quill, and he finally made some kind of device that would open up like a portal or something, hoping that it would take him home somehow. And you got some like soldiers of some, or tribespeople of some kind that enter the place, and he takes care of them, but then when he's about to leap through the portal, Knuckles appears.
Yes!
And Knuckles wants to know about like the Master Emerald and all that, and or where the thing is. I think he brings it up later, but Jim Carrey's like, oh yeah, I know all about it,
Yeah.
Oh, the quill. Where did you get that quill?
He was drawn because of the quill.
Yeah, where'd you get that quill? And it's like, oh, it's on Earth. They show you the way.
Yes.
And all that. So Sonic is trying to be a superhero of sorts in Green Hill, the city of Green Hill.
But he goes outside of Green Hill so he can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
So this takes place in Seattle at the beginning of the movie. He was in Seattle.
Yeah, and he just, I guess, like he's trying to stop a bank robbery, but there's bombs in the what do you call it? The armored trucks and all that, and it's just a mess of the thing. He calls out destruction, a lot of like traffic stuff. And then one of the bombs was thrown in the sewer, so it just made a big explosion and everything.
Mess up the whole street, the whole sewer system, I'm sure. And now the people of Seattle, they're probably paying quite a bit in taxes to, fix all of that.
Yeah. So Sonic goes fishing with, I forgot the guy's real name, the Donut Lord, but I forgot his name, like the guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And that was the thing too, when I saw the trailers, because the trailers were very focused on, Robotnik, Sonic, Knuckles, whatever, Tails, I didn't know if these guys were going to be in the movie much, but yeah, they still are. So, Mr. Donut Lord, because I forgot his name, gives Sonic, like, the pep talk about, like, I know he wants to go out and be a hero and stuff, but he's doing responsible, he's causing more destruction.
Yeah.
And a real hero cares more about, like, the benefit of others.
Like everybody, not just, we're like, hey, I was fine. I saved people, but I was fine.
That kind of stuff.
Dude, you blew up a whole sewer system.
Yeah.
That place was already trash when I got there. I mean, that type of attitude.
So anyways, the whole thing is Sonic wants to be a hero, but he's still a kid, and it's like, your moment will come, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, kind of that. But anyways, later on, thanks to the Sonic rings and stuff, the guy and his girlfriend, I think they're not married, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they are? Okay, so the guy and his wife are going to go to Hawaii because the wife's sister is going to get married or whatever. So Sonic throws the ring in there, and they go to Hawaii, and Sonic has to, wash the house for a week and stay out of trouble and all that stuff. So we get, scenes of Sonic being goofy in the house and doing the whole, what was it, that Days Off movie with Tom Cruise, one of those, that scene?
Oh, Risky Business.
Yeah, Risky Business and stuff like that. And then, then Robotnik shows up. So in the house, you got Robotnik there. When Sonic's about to attack him, that's when Knuckles comes out of nowhere and just bops him and everything.
Yeah.
Flying and everything. And you get all these signs, from the trailer that makes Tails so badass, like, you're not getting my power, do I look like I need your power?
Yeah.
And then Sonic runs at him at full on, the spinning ball attack, and Knuckles is just holding it like that.
Yeah, he was using a spin dash.
And then just bashed him into the ground and stuff. And of course, Robotnik's eating popcorn and just being Jim Carrey all over the place. Because this whole movie is kind of like, okay, Jim Carrey, here's the script, the very, very basic outline. The rest is just
go with
it.
See, that's the only thing I really mainly liked about the movie with Jim Carrey. Just like with the first one, I really liked Jim Carrey.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, the second one, the first one was, introducing Sonic and all that kind of stuff. Robotnik kind of came a little bit into the movie. he didn't have like as much to do, sort of. I mean, he did the most he could when he was on screen. But here, he's like all over the damn movie.
He really hammed it up.
He really hammed it up. Like they say, chewing the scenery for everything. So anyways, yeah, they want Knuckles finished off the job there, but Tails shows up and bashes Knuckles with a car that he found, and he takes Sonic away and everything. So they go to this lesser, more incompetent cop that I guess is in charge while
Wade, for like he was in the first movie too.
That's right. I remember he was in the first movie.
Yeah, Wade.
Yeah. And
that's funny. I remember his name. I can't remember Donut Lord.
Yeah, but the thing is, to be fair, it is a very small, kind of humble, Mayberry-ish kind of town, so you don't really need like the super whatever. So Wade will do for the weekend or whatever. So anyways, they go to him. And they start talking stuff about like what's going on with Knuckles and Tails and things, and they got Sonic found his old map that had like
which he also had in the first movie.
Yeah, and he had, that's a thing too that's kind of interesting. I'm curious about if in the first movie the little emerald was still there, but it wasn't mentioned out there. But it's like, hey, it was there. Like for the Sonic fans, oh my God, that means they're gonna have the Master Emerald in the future movie, like they're always doing those movies nowadays.
Yeah, that I don't remember, cause I haven't seen only seen the first movie twice. So, and that was years ago. So
yeah. So anyways, what can I say? The map has like a hologram of Longhorn. What was her name? The owl? Because they have a lot of stuff in the first movie. Longclaw. And she explains the whole thing about, like, remember from the first movie where Sonic as a baby had to barely escape and they were attacked by the Echidna tribe and all that. And basically they got the Master Emerald, is super powerful. Longclaw was the one who protected, but now it's up to Sonic because it is, the message is the whole, if you're listening to this, I'm probably gone now kind of thing. Yeah. So Sonic has to protect the Master Emerald, they gotta find it, and Tails got machines or whatever, so they know that it's in Siberia. So they got a ring and they go to Siberia.
Yeah, they have to find a compass that'll lead them to the temple where the emerald is.
Yeah. And so they go to Siberia, and it's like the most weirdest scene ever, where they have to find shelter because it's cold, they need to rest, all that kind of junk. So they go into like this, I guess this tavern or bar or something, and
this tavern in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. And they get in trouble. There's gonna be a fight. They're gonna throw them into the fire. They're gonna throw them to the fire and everything. And
then they say the word. There was name went through his translator and said Pavanka. And apparently, I don't think it's actually a real thing. It's just something they made up for the movie.
Yeah, and it's a random like Russian dance off. I guess.
Yeah.
And that whole scene was just like, as I was telling Wendy, it's like padding, but at the same time, I guess it was. It was a character. It was supposed to be a character building scene, but I just think they could have done it. I don't know. It just seemed out of nowhere, Yeah. So Sonic, it did establish, I guess, the holograms because Sonic and Tails were doing dancing, and Tails used a device that made multiple Sonic and Tails holograms. I guess. Yeah. I guess established. So I guess it has that purpose to build up the rapport between Sonic and Tails because they still just met.
And to show off Tails' gadgets.
Yeah. And also there's a part where, that was around that part where we were talking a bit about, basically what happened is in the first movie when Sonic did the thing where he went all over the
He was playing baseball by himself.
And he did that giant power outage, which ironically also got Robotnik on his tail too.
Yeah.
Tails got that from his side of the galaxy or whatever. And he was able to, I guess, keep an eye on Sonic and how Sonic defeated Robotnik the first time and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and he used to idolize him for stuff like that, so.
Yeah. And I guess that made sense because at the beginning of the movie I was very confused because I was like, wait a minute, like Tails sees Sonic as this great hero, but Sonic left the planet as a baby when he wouldn't have done any heroic feats on Mobius or whatever at the time. And then when he was like, oh, to explain it, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
And everything. So, they go to Siberia. They go to the area where the compass would be. But it's like a giant. It's basically like the labyrinth and the marble zone and all them.
Oh no, that's after the fact. But anyway, yeah, you're right. Yeah, and they go in there. Robotnik followed them. Craziness ensues.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we get a nice snowboarding scene.
Yeah, they sent all the robots. I like that some of the robots now look like those
badniks.
Wasp
We just call it badniks.
Yeah. So Sonic breaks one of the pieces and uses it like a snowboard to go through the snow and everything. And then Knuckles gets one and follows suit and everything. So
sort of like he uses it's sort of like in Sonic 3 when if you play the game in the order that it originally was supposed to have been in, after I think flying battery zone. No, not flying. You know, if Sonic 3 and Knuckles had been released in the way it was supposed to have been originally released, I think flying battery zone was supposed to have been before Ice Cap Zone. So I think the thing in flying battery zone, it breaks, and that's what you're snowboarding on for Ice Cap Zone.
Oh, that's interesting. So that's a clever reference right there. So yeah, so Sonic has to avoid all the flying drones while at the same time avoiding Knuckles and everything, so they're fighting and all that kind of stuff.
He called him Winter Soldier.
Yep. And I'm starting to forget more details on that, but I do know that to get oh yes, what happened is that Tails was unconscious, and they now like a big ass avalanche was coming out after him. So Robotnik and Tails left because they already got the compass, but Sonic and Tails are now in trouble. Even worse because Tails is unconscious and they can't fly like they usually do.
Yeah.
And we go back to the wedding where now the lady, whatever her name is, sister is gonna marry this big buff dude.
Shema.
Okay. Yes, you. Anyways, they're gonna get married, and what happened was that earlier in the movie, the Donut Lord guy did the funny dad magic trick type thing where like the girl had the wedding rings, and he's like, oh, the one ring is missing. Here it is. That kind of thing. But what happened is that during that he mixed the
rings up.
Yeah, and one of the rings is like the actual, the Sonic rings.
So of course Sonic calls from Siberia, which is something he shouldn't have been able to do, honestly.
Well,
it's movie. But anyway, he called him and told him that he needs to use the ring to get him there because they're about to get killed. You know, from the avalanche.
All that stuff. Yeah.
And he was like, "Wait, what? Just do it!" But he realized he has the wrong ring, so he has to go up to the altar. You know, what's his name though? Like Tom was his name, was it?
Could be Tom.
Anyway, he don't like Donut. She don't like Donut Lord. She never liked Donut Lord. It was never established why either. But anyway, he was like, I need to see that ring. I need to see that ring. Oh, I'm sorry, man. And I was like, when I originally saw that, I mean, I know they have to have the conflict, but I'm like, first of all, that seemed very out of place for the context of the scene. Like there should have been something else there, or there are some scenes missing where maybe he was an ass to him and he was taking out his aggression on him or something, because that punch did not make any sense.
I don't know.
It really didn't.
It was desperation. But anyway.
Desperation, nothing. He could have said, I have your ring here, let's trade.
Yeah, but that was a bit boring for the movie.
Well, I know.
But anyway, the guy gets the real ring, throws it, and of course, Sonic and Tails comes in, but also a whole bunch of snow and everything. So then it turns out that the military guy from the first movie was there, and half the wedding guests were all, Mr. Art Guard, all the guests were, or half of them were like agents and stuff, and even the guy that the lady was going to marry was an agent.
The preacher was even an agent.
Yeah, and it was like, the lady's like, oh my goodness, how could you, and all that, but all that. So,
they're all GON agents. And if you know your Sonic Adventure, you know who GON are.
Yeah. So the thing is, their whole thing was, I guess they wanted to do like a fake marriage, so the agent to keep an eye on what's going on, because they all know that Sonic's living with them, so keep an eye on Sonic, catch him, whatever. So now that they're there, they capture Sonic and Tails and haul them off, and I think they also take the guy and the girl with them. They take them away, don't they?
No, they take the guy away. They leave her. They take the guy away because he's the one going around punching federal agents.
Yeah. So they take Donut Lord away, but then we get like this action scene where the wife and the sister,
they had their Tails' bag of gadgets, and they were just using them and hoping they do stuff.
Yeah. So they sneaking around, getting past all the guards and stuff. It was just, the thing is, it was so silly. That's like, okay, this is still a Sonic movie, right?
Yeah.
Especially near the end. So they rescue Sonic and Tails and stuff, but the lady, she's gonna have some words with that fiance,
Yeah.
So that whole scene of her driving in there, and the car blows up, and she's walking all slow motion with
the ball of champagne, drinking it, throwing it, explosion in the background.
It's like, this is still a Sonic movie, right?
Yeah. When I was in the theater originally watching this, I was thinking that while I was saying it, wait, this is supposed to be a Sonic movie, right?
I know. Like, you just cut that one scene out and play it, you would never guess. Like, here's a clip of Sonic 2, you know what I mean? But,
yeah, look like it works now!
Yeah. So anyways, there's that moment, because of course in the Sonic movie that's what matters most, right? Was the guy, did he really love her, or was it just like a cover thing? And it's like, I was like,
I grew to love you. I broke the first rule of undercover work.
It's like, what rule is that?
I fell in love.
And all that stuff.
This is a Sonic movie, right?
Yeah. So anyways, after all that, and that's the thing. It's such because I mean they could have just had something like a Hawaiian vacation or something. Because all that wedding stuff. I think all these actors had a lot of stuff to do to get paid. You know, they weren't just there.
No, but the thing is, they had to have some reason to have gun agents to even be a part of the family. So it makes sense in that regard. It was just so convoluted, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, look at her and then look at Jamal Moore. And it was called Operation Catfish. I mean, come on.
No, but hey, he likes them women. Cause when she was
mad
like dangerous, she's
and
all like that, and he's like, oh, woman, yeah, you know, want me some of that. But anyways,
like, how long is they gonna go with that one?
Yeah, I know. After the third child, you know, they finally captured Sonic, you know. But anyways, they make it to the where the Master Emerald is, and it was like this underwater place where like all the water kind of goes down.
So bottom line, it was just Labyrinth Zone,
and it was near Hawaii and everything, and
it was Labyrinth Zone. That's all it was. It was Labyrinth Zone.
Yes. So Sonic had to stop it, you know, and everyone wanted to like work together or whatever, but like Sonic wanted to go on his own because he didn't want to risk anyone else getting hurt.
And he also pointed out that he could get there the fastest too.
Yeah. So Sonic goes there, he gets knocked out by the water, but he still washes the shore right there in the area. But anyways, yeah, when he gets there, he has to fight against Knuckles, because now Knuckles really wants to, you know, finish off the match, and they're fighting and all that kind of junk. But the thing is, while that's happening, Robotnik is going to get the Emerald and everything. So he gets
I mean, especially said Knuckles to him is as useful to him as backstage pass to a Limp Bizkit concert.
So anyways, yeah, you got lots of like weird references. The thing is, it's so weird because in the first movie, I don't remember that many pop culture references.
No, it had
Robotnik was very like...
No, not for Robotnik Sonic, but...
yeah, well, Robotnik was very like reserved, he hated people and stuff like that, but now he's like, he's up to date and everything, man. He was probably...
He up there flossing. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, he must have been watching all the TikTok videos while he was stuck in the mushroom place to keep entertaining.
The fact that he could manage that, but he couldn't figure out how to get good coffee.
Yeah. So anyways, he goes to the Master Emerald place, he gets it, and he actually becomes like super godly powers and stuff, you know, and he warps back to the coffee bean, the mean bean coffee house where Agent Stone is working there. A little too much smithery. Smithery.
He was smithery in the first movie, but he just straight up just he was just, I remember I saw, I was like, oh my god, this dude.
Yeah.
Proposed to Robotnik already.
I know. So he was making like little Robotnik faces in the car. I like that because it's a callback to look like in the first movie because that was how he's known.
Yeah.
Mustache, but that was kind of good. But anyways, yeah. So he has all these magical powers now. By now, like the military's been informed that Robotnik is free and everything, because they were telling the military guy, they were telling like, dude, Robotnik is back, and you just got rid of the guys that could stop him, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So all the units are surrounding the Mean Bean area with tanks and everything. But now since Robotnik has all these powers, he does the Magneto stuff basically.
Yeah. So he absorbed the Chaos Emerald.
Yeah. He pretty much pulls a Magneto, and he starts destroying like all the tanks and the police cars at a nearby train, and you said, whoop, those people are dead.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, but it was Sunday. It's okay.
But it was on a Sunday, yeah, I was thinking about that too. It's sort of like when planes blow up and you're so lucky that everyone just parachuted to safety.
Yeah, oh, was it? Like, I can see parachutes. They're okay. So basically when the train was being, they should have put that clip in there, the train's falling apart and stuff, I can see parachutes. They're okay. But anyways, well, because the train goes over the, the high parachutes. They're okay. They're okay, and it's a Sunday. Too bad it was Sunday. But anyways, all that flying metal stuff formed into the giant robotic robot that looks similar from the end boss of Sonic 2 and other Sonic games.
Well, mostly it's sort of like the big Robo. It sort of reminded me more so of the big Robo. The Robo-Mech from Sonic 3 and Knuckles a bit, because he steals the Chaos Emerald in that one. I mean, when you get the good ending. The actual good ending, which means you collected all, with the whole connected Sonic 3 and Knuckles. When you get all of the regular Chaos Emeralds, you get all of the Super Emeralds, and you fight against them. And also the part with Sonic on the bridge and he blew it up. Even though they're not in like space or in that like, space dock like in the Sonic and Knuckles, on Sonic 3 and Knuckles, it still was kind of interesting because he was as big as the bridge, and you know, you're trying to avoid him and all that stuff on it.
Yeah. So during the battle and stuff, Sonic falls. Oh, Knuckles is trapped underwater under heavy debris. He can't get off it or whatever. So Sonic helps him, but you know Sonic's not good with water. And Sonic does manage to get Knuckles out of there, but then it looks like he's gonna drown.
Yeah.
And I wish they added the sound effect though, because there was the part where there was a bubble and Sonic actually sucked the bubble in.
Yeah, I was waiting for that when I really saw it. Just like when he was snowboarding, I said, why are we not getting any version of Ice Cap Zone's music?
Yeah.
Even the count when he had the you know, the other alternate version of the theme they couldn't use in the later other versions of the Sonic 3 game, or even under the water, and you know, we didn't get like the you know, that death, you know, that almost death thing. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was very, very faint, and that was what I was originally watching. I remember, okay, oh, they're gonna have to put really.
Yeah. So Knuckles does save him, and yeah, you know, they had a little talk there. They realized stuff because Knuckles also lost his family with all the war and everything, and it was kind of a similar type thing where when the family went off for that final battle, you know, when he wouldn't come back, it was like, you know, this is your battle, but not today. The time will come. So it's kind of similar to like what Sonic also heard earlier in the movie. So they kind of get together that way. And Tails arrives. They got a plane, so they got to go stop Robotnik. And
which looks like what's the name's Tails' ex-Tornado, but it was just a plane that had been flying earlier with the banner for the wedding.
Yeah, so that's, you know, that's perfect, because in the end the plane didn't look like a regular plane. It didn't have like a weird design or anything. So
but Tails' plane doesn't either. It's just a X-Tornado. Unless you get the X-Tornado 2 and all the other stuff. But
yeah, but I'm saying it works. So they go to Robotnik. The robot's too powerful and too whatever. And then they figure out that since Robotnik hates Sonic the most, like his attention's on Sonic, Sonic can distract him mostly while the other two get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Robotnik just lost his mind too. He just flat out crazy, you know. It was like, come and get me. He's like, oh, I'm the master of coming and getting, coming and getting, coming and getting. It's like he's just flipping out, you know. Oh, and also like all the stuff he does, the robot does too. You know, that was like whatever. So Knuckles and Tails get in there, and Tails distracts him with all the different holograms and stuff, but Robotnik's able to just fight out burst, you know, do a burst and zap all of them at once.
And then of course, then Knuckles shows up. I too am in here, and it is a hologram.
Yeah, but I do like the part like that, you know, where he also said, "This is how I roll," and he socks Robotnik in the gut, and it makes the emerald pop out.
Yeah, he fuses with the emerald.
Yeah, and the emerald falls through one of the there's like a little teeth type grid in the robot, and it falls out. But the thing is, Robotnik, I guess he's still designed in a way that still works anyways. You know?
Yeah, he had auxiliary backup power.
Yeah, so you gotta turn it back on. There's also a part where they're talking about the instruction manual, and it looks just like a Sega Genesis manual when you buy a game.
Or either the box.
Yeah.
For the Genesis, of course, not the Mega Drive, the Genesis.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Say the Genesis. So, anyways, you don't have to say that one. So, anyways, yeah, so the robot starts getting back up. Sonic is really, really out of it, but the emerald is like right there. You know, he's just trying to get to it because he's so, you know, battle damaged. And the robot's like right behind him. And then, of course, we're still in the movie. We still help. Don't let Lauren and the wife get in the car and go to help. So just before Robotnik is gonna step on them, they swing by, grab Sonic and the Emerald, and drive out of the way.
Yeah, but he's kind of still messing up that truck. It flips over. Yeah. And of course, what's saying want to step on them, and you know, Sonic saying, "Y'all need to get away. He's after me." Yada yada yada. Saying, "No, we're a family. We stick together. We die together." They didn't say that, but that's pretty much where they were going. But and the Emerald also broke. The Master Emerald broke, and then after all of that, you see the 7 Chaos Emeralds. They fuse together into Sonic. He becomes Super Sonic, and he fights Robotnik.
Yeah, he destroys the robot. I like the part where he breaks everything, and Robotnik's like, "Hey, why don't we just let bygones be guys?"
Yeah, they're good people on both sides. You know, you're good, we're, you know, all that stuff.
And then I like where Sonic just tips it over. Robotnik's like, like that, right?
Oh, we not friends, huh?
And the whole robot thing falls backwards.
I still say 99% of this movie was Jim Carrey ad-libbing.
Yeah, I know. He had way too much fun for that movie. And you can tell he's having a blast. But some of these people, you can tell that lady, the white lady, you knew she was having a blast for her scenes. I'm sure she was having it up too in her way. But anyways, yeah, so the people think that, Robotnik is gone because, no one could have survived that, but, and
everyone's cool, everything's whatever, but you also see that then after credits, you see them talking about an old project, and like I said, when I originally saw this movie, I figured out where they were going when they said, we found something else, we discovered something else, we're going through Robotnik's old files, we're wiping them clean, we came across an old project, okay, Shadow. And then when they said 50 years, oh yeah, Shadow. Because the story in Sonic Adventure 2, it takes place 50 years before. I mean, that stuff with Shadow is 50 years before.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, I guess.
Well, I want to add one thing near the end though. One thing about the movie though is that
Stone is alive.
Yep. So another thing I want to point out is that in the movie they were mentioning with the Donut Lord and stuff, they talked to the wife and everything, that he feels kind of bad for Sonic because Sonic has no friends and no family or nothing. There's a scene of like the volleyball people, the random people that they're all bros or all whatever.
Yeah, all those nice looking bottles.
Okay, you.
Sorry.
But anyways, it's kind of like,
volleyball.
but it's kind of like, Sonic doesn't have that, doesn't have the bros,
No.
So it was kind of cool that in the movie, now he does have Tails, he has Knuckles, they're all together.
Yeah.
It's funny that Knuckles, always has to talk like the warrior, the adventurer, like everything has to be so serious.
When you think about it, which would be in character given his character's backstory, even game-wise, because remember, he grew up alone on an island. He was tasked with protecting the Master Emerald and all that other stuff. Now, that's the other thing for this movie is like, they had to find some way to drag Sonic into this Emerald story as opposed with just being Sonic, just happened to end up on Knuckles' island and Robotnik getting there first and telling Knuckles that Sonic is the bad guy and he's trying to get his emerald.
Yeah.
As opposed, which is how the game is supposed to play out, which is why Knuckles was the antagonist in the original Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah. But yeah, so they were all friends in the end, and now Sonic does have his buddies.
Oh, and the other thing I kind of like too, which is another reference, is like before they fought Robotnik together and they're trying to come up with an idea of how to defeat him, and they're just like, we're a team. I said, oh wow, they're Team Sonic from Sonic Heroes.
Yeah. but anyways, like I said, at the end they're all like, now Sonic has his buddies. And the wife was like, oh, I like the red one. He cracks me up.
Yeah, he does say some interesting things. Now, the third movie, they're obviously going to do the Shadow story. I wonder how they're going to do it because in the original story, if you played the games or know anything about the games, you know that the GUN from, the military, whatever, the government for back then, what's the name, was doing Project Shadow, but it was more so for good, not bad, and they end up executing him and his granddaughter. And you hear it, and you hear it. So
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, or either I guess to say it's more so implied. Well, they shoot him, but and when they did when they adapted this in Sonic X, they had everybody watching the video of it, but you didn't see it, but you heard it, and it was disturbing hearing them shooting, and then Maria getting shot too. So
that was in the original version, right? Because I'm not sure the 4 kids will allow what I.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen it. I've only seen the Japanese version. So.
Yeah, but yeah, it was interesting because Rouge is not going to be in it. Amy Rose may not be in it, and everything.
Yeah.
People keep thinking that Amy Rose might appear in the end. The end post-credit thing is the rumors they've been saying, but that means she won't be in the actual movie and everything. And also too many characters. You're gonna have Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and now Shadow and Robotnik, and now Robotnik's grandfather and whatever.
And the thing with the since they did the Chaos Emerald so differently, there would be really no reason for Rouge to be in there. When you think about it, because she's just a jewel thief, she likes jewels, and she's pretty much after the Chaos Emerald for that, but she does eventually cooperate and work with GUN.
Yeah.
If I remember it right.
Yeah.
But
and then
it'll be no point, and that's the only reason she crosses paths with Knuckles, but Knuckles still tasked with protecting the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah.
And I doubt they're going to bring back the other echidna because you have but that was a flashback too. So
yeah.
Tikal and all that stuff. So
yeah, and then the other thing too is that I'm sure I've only heard here and there, I haven't played adventure games and all that, but all that stuff with Robotnik's grandfather was all like flashbacks and whatnot.
Yeah, like everything
so
is 50
now it's
years.
different
Yeah,
because now it's
50
actually
years before.
here. So we're gonna get two Jim Carreys having it up in this new movie coming up, you know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 50 years before. So yeah. So it makes you wonder.
Maybe he was in stasis or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think a bullet can keep you in stasis.
No, I mean,
I think a bullet through
but
the
the movie
head
may not do that. No,
Oops,
I mean, when they find him, maybe he was in stasis or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out. So, anyways, guys,
and that's right. And Shadow only got away because Maria released Shadow or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And that's when they got her.
Yeah, and keep in mind this is not spoilers because these are super old games. It's up to the movie if they're gonna adapt it that way or not. You know.
Yeah, and kind of where this is going, I kind of doubt they will because of how they adapted the whole Chaos Emerald story with Knuckles and Sonic for this. Because Sonic has no connection to the Emeralds whatsoever.
Yeah.
The Chaos Emeralds whatsoever, not really.
Yeah.
Knuckles' clan are the ones are the actual protectors of the Chaos Emerald.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, results of this movie, I enjoyed the movie. It's a lot more, I guess, more faster paced because usually the sequels, they don't have the burden of explaining all the stuff. Here we kind of know what's going on with Sonic and them and just kind of waiting how to hit the ground running and everything. A lot more Robotnik, a lot more Jim Carrey hamming it up. I don't know, the scenes, some of the extra scenes with the people, because that's what I was thinking before, because the first movie dealt a lot with the guy and the wife and the lady that hates the guy for whatever reason.
Yeah,
I think it's a typical thing that, you know, always not good enough to be going out with my sister. That's what I'm kind of thinking, you know. But anyways, yeah, like that kind of stuff. Like, you have all of that. So I was thinking that in the sequel, because see the trailers, obviously the trailers are going to show Knuckles and all that. But
yeah,
I was thinking, like, are they still going to be in the movie or just very reduced? But no, they got a whole lot of screen time. In Hawaii with the wedding and all that.
My issue with the first movie was there were just too many of the human characters. I just could care less about them. But they play their roles. I just really didn't care. Now for this movie, it kind of worked because they knew Sonic was there. They did Operation Catfish, so that way they can worm their way into their family. And, you know, keep an eye on Donut Lord and his wife, whatever her name was. I don't even remember her name. And, you know, to keep an eye on them and then maybe getting a chance to capture Sonic. Or, you know, because like they said, he is an extraterrestrial technically and he could be a threat to the planet. So it makes sense from their standpoint. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I get it. But it still feel like the humans have too much. Just too much. Next movie, I hope we don't have as much as with the human characters because the Sonic Adventure game, well not Sonic Adventure, but Sonic Adventure 2 where Shadow is from, mostly the last part of the game takes place on the space arc. In space. As in the only members that should be dealing with are like the GUN members and the Sonic characters. Those are the only humans I want to be dealing with, or like our president, you know, the president of that world and all that stuff. We have to, you know, do this and that, you know, they giving the orders, or, you know, to the military, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I just don't care about Sonic's family at all.
I mean, I'm sure at least in the beginning to establish like what their life is like.
Yeah, that's fine.
They got more mouths to feed now. They got to feed Tails and Knuckles, or at least Tails. I think Knuckles live with someone.
Well, we already know Sonic can steal food, so it's a different, you know. No, I mean, I just don't care about them. But like for stuff like that, little stuff like that, I'm fine. Just don't throw them completely into the plot. Let them do their thing, and Sonic is doing his thing. Yeah. I know people hated Sonic X because of Chris. Chris didn't bother me so much because he was using the story okay for what it was. Mm-hmm. But it's the third season where he really was 100,000% unnecessary. The third season, I mean, he shouldn't have been there at all. But that's just how I felt about it.
Okay.
But yeah. And as for the characters of the movie, like I said, I like Tails, and I'm glad they got What's-Her-Face to voice Tails, because I say it's nice to hear a game character voice, you know, an actual game character's voice.
Yeah.
I like Knuckles because Knuckles is very primitive, and that's how Robotnik or Eggman was easy to manipulate him anyway because one, he doesn't have good social interactions because he grew up alone. You know, think like Goku from Dragon Ball. You know, he didn't know a lot of stuff, you know, until he, you know, was in the world a little more and then, you know, figure stuff out. And I like the way he talks, the way he takes things literally because it makes sense. And how he wouldn't know much about technology and all that other stuff because he grew up very primitively. But Sonic, even in this movie, he still bored me to death.
Yeah.
He bores me to tears. He's supposed to be a smartass. But he's just so bright-eyed and innocent, it's boring.
Yeah, that is the one thing about the movies. I guess to make it more appeal for the kids or whatever. But yeah, Sonic did lose a lot of his attitude and, you know, the whole impatience. He's always going to be running around like, man, and waiting, all that kind of stuff. Like, he lost a bit of that.
Yeah.
And I didn't forget, people were saying that, like, for Sonic Adventure, you're going to adapt the story for a movie. Someone mentioned online somewhere that that this version of Sonic is just too innocent, like, for the role, because Tails and Knuckles are spot on, but Sonic himself is too bright, bushy-tailed, so to speak.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's just nothing. I mean, he's supposed to be like a smart ass. He's supposed to be a legit smart ass. And, you know, he talks back, he cracks on Robotnik and all this other stuff. This Sonic wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
He's Peter Parker. No, he's Peter Parker without any issues. You know, like, I'm thinking like comic Peter Parker, you know, like, you know, without any, you know, actual growth and all that stuff. But
oh boy.
it's like we need to have something dark, really dark happen to him because he already had that happen. But he's still just so, I'm sorry, he's boring. I like Tails and Knuckles.
Oh boy.
And even then, Tails and Knuckles were two of my favorite Sonic characters, period, anyway, so I might be a little biased.
Yeah. But, you know, there we go. So anyways, guys, that was the thing for Sonic 2, the review. Yeah, I liked the movie. It was pretty good. And I'm glad I watched it again because I kind of forgot some of the details. Like I knew Jim Carrey built the giant robot, but I forgot he became all, like, godly and stuff. I'm like, I forgot.
Because, and I like how he used Chaos Control. Because Eggman used Chaos Control, so let's see if that plays a role in the third movie, since that's mostly a signature Shadow thing.
Yeah. And yeah, so there we go. So like I said, guys, now we're pumped and ready for Sonic 3, whenever that comes out. Well, next week, actually. So yeah, stay tuned for that review.
Actually, the end of this week, we're going. I'm getting my tickets on Thursday.
Yeah, it is this week already, isn't it?
Yep,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm getting my tickets on Thursday.
All right.
So we can see it on Friday. So I can get me good seats.
Yeah, there we go. All right, guys, this is Mark Rodriguez signing off for this episode of the Review Sanctum.
And this is Juby Channel. So then Juby or Wendy and I just got one thing to say to you. Gotta go fast.
Yep, gotta go fast.
And the fact that they threw that in there.
Yep. See you for Sonic 3, guys.
Bye.